Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new series on Parkitect. This is Six Flags Discovery Mountain. You can tell straight away what this park's going to be. So I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and it will be completely different to what we've done before. For the two reasons that obviously it's an amusement park rather than a theme park, and it's set in America rather than Europe. So I'll show you what we've got so far. This structure here is from Six Flags Magic Mountain, which is the only one I've been to actually out of the Six Flags parks. It's a very iconic structure, you'll have seen it even if you've not been over there. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 I think used it. And yeah, I just put this together with border pieces and cornices, that sort of thing. And obviously Six Flags logo and the sign, just using some custom text there. In terms of scale, it's very big at the moment. I think we probably will utilise a lot of this space, but if not I can always move some of this a bit further across because we've zoomed out really far there. You can see we've got the staff area and car park there, we've got the main car park here, and then a long sort of road with a bus system and all that sort of thing to get you to the park. The guest spawn point is actually down here, so they'll just come over this little bridge here, very basic, very simple, over the freeway. And then the entrance plaza before you go into the park here is again very basic, but all quite typical of what you'd see at one of these parks. I'm going to build the entrance building today and talk a little bit about what's going to be in this series and what we're going to put into the park. Okay, so let's do the time lapse. Let's get straight into it then with the entrance building here. The entrance building I went for is pretty much a replica of the one of Six Flags over Georgia, which, going through a few images and stuff and looking at people's vlogs from the parks, is one of the nicer entrances. A lot of their entrance buildings tend to be quite plain, just a set of gates with sort of Six Flags with the sign over the top. Didn't want to go for that, wanted something a bit more creative. So, and I think the Six Flags over Georgia entrance building is actually really nice, and the whole entrance street as well. I might copy some of the buildings from that because they have a small main street. Nothing on sort of Disney level, but the main street they have there is quite nice. So even if we have a couple of the buildings there, yeah, I'm just going to look up as many references as I can from different Six Flags parks as we start to build this and see what I can come up with. Like I was saying before, obviously we're going to focus on lots of roller coasters. Lots of them flat thrill rides as well that Six Flags tend to place down. They are considered the more budget park nowadays in America. If you're from the States, you've probably been to, a few of these parks. Maybe not so much if you're from Europe. I think that Wallaby Holland and Wallaby Belgium used to be owned by them, and then when they had a bit of financial trouble they sold them both off. So they've just got the parks in America now, and I think maybe one in Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that. But yeah, they did have a stage where they sold quite a few of their parks off. The one I've been to, Magic Mountain, is considered to be one of the best. I think it's a park with the most coasters in it in the world. When I didn't manage to get on everything there the day we went, the operations aren't always the best at these parks, but it wasn't even particularly busy that day either, to be honest. The parks can get quite busy, and then you find yourself sort of prioritising over rides when they do have that many coasters. But yeah, this is the thing with the theming in this. It's going to be very different to the ones I've done before. So I'm thinking of more sort of generic theme park buildings, more generic stations like you'd see at these parks in real life. Maybe like some midway sort of arcade attractions, all that sort of thing. Because like I say, they are more of an amusement park than a theme park. A big amusement park. But yeah, so I think that's what we're going to go for. Just for the entrance building here then. I think this is my second attempt at building these big brick pillars. The first time I made them a bit smaller, which is probably more the scale I wanted the bricks, but they just weren't snapping to a grid and I just couldn't get them looking right. They're all over the place. So with these I've got them on a grid. They're the better shapes, the rectangle, the better shapes pack. And yeah, I think they turned out really well. It's a sort of brick pillar structure, because we don't really have anything like that in the game. And you know, when I sort of try and replicate buildings like this, I want to do it the best I can, not just the best that the game wants you to allow, you know. So we're using mods again for this build, because I feel like there is a lot more I can do with mods than just the generic in-game stuff. As you can see straight away, I'm using my favourite piece for the Future of Space pack. The curved border, and then just on the top of the sort of sign bit we've got the normal cornice, you know, curved section. Filling it in with all the art shapes as well. I mean, yeah, I do really like this entrance building in real life, compared to a lot of the other, like I said, a lot of the other really basic entrances. Okay, so not really a massive amount to say about this. We're just covering up some of the bits where it's been copied over as a blueprint and it doesn't quite match up. I do think it's so useful to use blueprints in this. It could save you so much time rebuilding the same thing over and over. Obviously a lot of these buildings are quite symmetrical, so they have the same things on each side, and you can now see how it is coming together nicely. It's like everything though, it takes a bit of playing about with. If you're not happy with something the first time you build it, go again, have another go, and eventually you'll get something that you really are happy with. Yeah, I think this turned out really well in the end. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with a bit of a time lapse and talk about what we've done at the end of the build. Okay, so there we have our entrance building. I think it turned out really nice in the end. The two buildings on the side are also from Six Flags Over Georgia. Just a blatant rip-off of the whole entrance building and the area. I put in some little, what do you call these, sort of like scanners that you sometimes get as you go in, and a little ticket machine type thing there. Yeah, one thing actually, comment down below if you know how to sort this out. You see this little shrubbery on the ground when the grass grows? It always goes through the paths and everything else, and I don't know how to disable it. So if you know, please let me know down below, because it's really frustrating. I hope you like the entrance building. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Moving on to the next one, we're going to be looking at sort of the entrance plaza and the main street and that sort of thing. Again, like I say, there's a couple of buildings from Six Flags Over Georgia that I want to use, but I'll be looking at several different parks and seeing what will go in there nicely. And yeah, I've got a rough idea in my head of what sort of coasters I'm going to put in the park, but nothing's set in stone yet, so we'll just see how it goes. That's what I usually like to do with these projects, just take it day by day and see how it ends up looking. That is it from me today. I'm going to leave you with a little cinematic overview type shot of the entrance, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. See you later.